Hi guys. Um, I want to tell you about a dream that I had about a month before September 11th. Um, it was a dream that, of course, I didn't know what it meant. Um, and the only person I really told was my husband at the time. I'm going to go ahead and tell it. Um, so basically, I was talking to an ex-boyfriend from years before and his girlfriend at the time. And we were just in a house and I was just witnessing to them about Jesus. And then all of a sudden you heard this really beautiful trumpet sound. And I was getting all excited and I told them, hey, it's Jesus, it's Jesus, Jesus has come back. And they're like, what? And I'm like, yeah. I said, we gotta go, we gotta go. And so we got into his truck that he had several years ago. And all three of us, I think he was driving and I was in the passenger side, and I was telling him where to go, and it was a long, long road, straight road. And then all of a sudden, we stopped at like a crossroad, and we went from driving to jumping over tall buildings, really tall buildings, jumping from building to building. Don't know how we did it. It just happened. And as we were jumping, we were looking down, and it was all I know was in the dream. I felt really high and really, really like I was on clouds when I was jumping over these buildings, but down below, it was destruction. And it was like this cloud of, it was like cloud. I wasn't sure. It was so fluffy that it was either like clouds or it was like water or it was something rumbling, um, and just exploding in between these buildings. There's like a, when we're jumping across buildings, there was other buildings on the other side, and I just looked down and there was just cloud of like smoke, and it looked like it was coming up to get us, and then all of a sudden it went away. And then I think it was, I'm not really sure, it's been so long. It was either right after that or the next day. I want to say it was right after that. I went into another dream, and all these people, including me, were in like a big old field, huge, huge field full of like this long grass, like brown grass, and we were all talking about. Sorry, something's going on next door. Um, we were all just talking about God, and everybody was talking about God, and um, I was excited, and I was just like, everybody was witnessing, everybody was talking about God, and then all of a sudden, this plane comes really, really low, really slow, not too fast, but just kind of glided across right above our heads, like really, and all of a sudden, this trail of smoke just followed. We were like, what was that? It just came out of nowhere. It was like, really? A plane just going across with smoke? Okay. And then all of a sudden, we were all in, like, wondering what that was. And then the trumpets sounded, and this big, huge, huge clouds, fluffy in the sky. And Jesus, or God, he was huge. It was just, it was the whole thing. The clouds and him were just huge. It's like coming closer and closer and closer. And we were just all just praising and bowing and worshiping, and oh my God, Jesus is here, and we were all so happy. And he put out his arms like, here I am. And then he just went like this. He just brought his hands forward and like brought us back. And as he did that, we all just lifted off of the earth. It's like he said, come, my children, and we all disappeared. And that was the end of that dream. And of course, I told my husband at the time, and we had no clue. It was awesome. And then when 9/11 happened, I saw, I was watching, saw the second plane hit, and then, of course, I watched the whole thing, and all of a sudden, the first tower fell, and that smoke that everybody saw as they were running through the buildings, I saw it, and I was like, that's what my dream was. It just went from I hadn't had that dream in a little while, and I was like, oh my God, I dreamt that. And let me tell you, I was just so excited that I had to tell my husband what happened, and I couldn't believe it. So he was like, you're a prophet. And I'm like, no way, no. And I kept saying, no, this can't be. Why am I so special to be, be a prophetic, I just couldn't believe it. So, and of course, I wasn't exactly saved at the time. Like I said, I've known God, Jesus, since I was young, but he just started. He was giving me dreams before that, and I'll get to those later. But this dream was after I saw that. I was realizing maybe these dreams are starting to mean something. And I'll tell you what, I had a dream that night. And I'm going to go ahead and get off of this and I'm going to tell you my next dream on a different recording, because I don't want this recording to stop. Sometimes my computer stops on its own. I'm going to go ahead and stop this, and I will tell you about my other dream after this. Thank you. Bye.